'Twas the day before Christmas, and nothing stirred. In fact, there's a little cat asleep on the floor. "Hello, little Jet," said Gingy to him. "It's gonna be Christmas in the next few hours." There you go. Didn't exactly rhyme, but happy Christmas Eve to you all. Once again, can I just say that on behalf of myself and Jane, there'll be no broadcast tomorrow, all right? Because it's Christmas Day and we're going to be really busy doing stuff. I've got to say a quick hello to Kathleen at the moment. I've been asked by her husband Mick to send her happy Christmas celebrations happy birthday celebrations and happy Christmas. I've got to be honest, the news today is not looking good at all. Doesn't matter whether you're in Greece or whether you're in the UK, things are not looking good. Big shout out to Jan as well, who's tuning in. Right, let's quickly give you the weather forecast. Can I say thank you to Amanda for the precise weather forecast? I go on to say one thing about Greece. The weather's looking good there. Friday's weather in Zakynthos, sunny with cloud late in the afternoon. Temperatures 14. However, it's going to feel like 16, so it's going to feel a little hotter. As for Leek, it says cloudy in the weather forecast, but there is a bit of sun coming through, which is absolutely lovely. Leek is going to be between 5 to 8 degrees. However, it's going to feel like 3. So anyway, the weather here is a bit of an improvement. I've just seen Catherine Ling there come up. So happy birthday, my lovely, as well. Right then, COVID within the last 24 hours in Greece. I'm afraid the infection numbers have gone up again. Yesterday, I said 5,641. It's gone up to 6,667 within the last 24 hours. That brings the total now to 1,056,583. 8 new cases were identified on entries into the country. That was exactly the same as the day before, so at least that has stayed static. As regards to Omicron cases in Greece, there's been 33 cases so far in Greece confirmed of Omicron. That was up on 26. Those cases have been located mainly in Attica, Laconia, and also central Athens and Crete as well. But at the moment, there's also 98 cases that are being investigated in regards to coronavirus as well. There was a message from the health minister who said our goal is to contain the spread, before adding that Omicron patients have displayed mild symptoms for an average of 3 days. He also noted that 2 people have been hospitalized without severe complications. So again, infection rates for Omicron very, very low in Greece, although the Delta variant, obviously the more serious variant, is doing what it's doing at the moment. Now, when it comes to the stats on the island, interestingly, a little bit of an increase on yesterday. You might remember yesterday I said that Lefkada had 6 new cases. Well, today I can report they've had 14 new cases within the last 24 hours. They're in the green. As for Corfu, they had 71 cases on my last report. Well, they've had 100 new cases being reported on that island, and they are in dark red. When it comes to Kefalonia, they had no cases, if you might remember, on the other day. Unfortunately, now they've had 2 new cases. That island at the moment is in yellow. And then as for Zakynthos, we only had 2 new cases 24 hours. I can report now there's been 8 new cases on Zakynthos, and we are still in the amber. So again, cases sort of up and down again across the Ionian Islands. When it comes to deaths, unfortunately, deaths has risen slightly. Yesterday, I reported 69 new deaths in the country from COVID. Today, I can report there's been 71 new deaths from COVID. That brings the total now to 20,198. Of those people, 95% of them had underlying diseases, all over the age of 70. And still, there has been no deaths linked to Omicron in Greece at the moment, only from the Delta variant. And once again, our sincere condolences to families that have lost loved ones at this time of the year. Obviously, it being Christmas and all about families, it just compounds Christmases. And it also means that Christmas will never be the same for those people as well. So once again, our sincere condolences to those people affected. When it comes to hospitalizations at the moment, now hospitalizations are they've actually dropped. You might remember yesterday I said 665 hospitalizations of people in critical care in Greece in ICUs. That number has dropped down to 655. So 10 people have either left the hospital or gone into a other ward, or may have even passed away. But anyway, at the moment, of those critical cases, 398 are male, 257 are female. The average age of those people is around about 63 years of age. 78% of them have underlying health issues or are over the age of 70. Now, regarding their vaccination status of those people, 548 of them are either unvaccinated or partially vaccinated, and 107 of them are fully vaccinated. Right, a quick snapshot of COVID in the UK at the moment. This is getting very interesting at the moment, what's happening here. Millions in the UK are set for an early fourth jab after it emerges that the booster effects start wearing off after just 10 weeks. However, a major study finds that Omicron is 70% less likely to cause hospitalizations, as the daily case rates in the UK hit a record 119,789. Now, new data has revealed protection against the Omicron variant can wane by as much as up to 35% after you've had a Pfizer jab in 10 weeks. Anyway, it has also sparked further calls for a second round of boosters to ward off a surge in cases among vaccinated. Nearly 120,000 COVID cases were reported in the last 24 hours in the UK. That's the highest since the pandemic began, and up to 35% on the week-on-week average. Anyway, people infected with the contagious variant, they say, are 70% less likely to end up in hospital. This is what a study is showing at the moment. Hospital admissions hit four figures amid concern about mounting pressure on the NHS from the Omicron strain. However, when you start looking at the figures on that, official Omicron cases confirmed in the UK to date since it started was about 90,906. Now, the number of people in hospital in the UK with Omicron actually is around about 132. Now, the NHS figures also showed that 2/3 of new COVID hospital patients in England were actually admitted for a different ailment. So they hadn't actually gone in because of the Omicron. They'd actually gone in because they had some other illness, maybe heart attack, cancer, caught in a road traffic accident. Because people are tested on admission to hospital, obviously they're finding people who've got it asymptomatic, didn't realise they even had it. And at the moment in the UK, from the figures that I can find, only 14 deaths have been recorded from the Omicron in the UK. But again, no detail as to about those deaths, whether it was from or whether they had it because they had another illness, another disease, but died from something else. So again, condolences to those people in the UK that are also affected by the Omicron or affected by COVID at this Christmas time. The big story at the moment in Greece, to be honest, and thank you to those people who were dropping me messages yesterday to say what had gone on. Basically, as of today, in Greece, people will be obliged to wear masks, both indoor and in outdoor areas. Also in churches, you have to wear a double mask, all right, or a KN95 type of mask, which you will be required if you want to travel on public transport or even just go into a supermarket. So at the moment, Greece has upped the ante now with compulsory masking for everybody, which starts as of today. And knowing what Greece will be like, you'll probably get fined if you're caught without a mask on in public, although that has not been confirmed as of yet. For those people who are wondering what a KN95 mask is, that's basically a mask which has a higher rate of filtration in it. They're the more expensive masks than the blue disposable ones. I've got one. It's got a double layer filtration system, and it's good for keeping dust particles out, very fine particles, bacteria, and all other these things. And they're made to a higher industrial standard. So if you haven't got one of those masks, then you have to be wearing two of those like disposable blue masks. Yeah. Anyway, the Greek government has also said that all public festivals planned by municipalities in the coming days, they are now cancelled to avoid overcrowding. The new recommended measures will also affect travellers, with people who have entered Greece being strongly recommended to undergo mandatory testing, a rapid or a PCR test on the second and fourth day after their arrival. Now, it's just going to be the same as when Jane and I came over here. Obviously, we didn't have to go into isolation. We did have to go into isolation, obviously, and mandatorily test. Jane got out quicker than I did because obviously she's double jabbed and I'm not. But again, it's now happening that the same, not saying about actually having to go into isolation when you return from abroad, but you're certainly going to have to do mandatory testing now when you come back into the country on your second and fourth day. Don't forget, you have to mandatory test anyway to be able to get access into into Greece from the UK. To be allowed entry anyway. So again, we're having to pay out for more tests to come back when we do, hopefully in the new year. Anyway, the health minister Plevis also strongly recommendation for people to get tested before gatherings with friends and family. Plevis said that these measures will take effect obviously from 6 a.m. today, Friday, and they are actually going to continue through until January the 2nd. So that's enough for people, as he says, to celebrate Christmas and New Year safely. After January the 3rd, the Greek government will introduce more restrictive measures that will affect entertainment, sports events, non-essential activities. He also said, but also clarified, that these do not include any local or general lockdowns or a return to the SMS system, that was the texting system, for leaving the house. And you might remember you had to text a number or a code to the police before you could leave your home. And if you were caught out and you hadn't texted out, then obviously you were going to get fined if you were caught by the police on one of their random checks. So anyway, the announcements, it said last night, followed after recommendations made by the scientific committee advising the government of handling the pandemic. Sounds very similar to the UK, doesn't it? But they don't call themselves SAGE. All right. Also, as well, it's been mooted as well that early ideas people should now start thinking about is working from home. All right. For those people who are able to do that. So again, it looks like Christmas has had a little bit of the shine taken off it, as mandatory mask wearing has started today. All right. And obviously testing in households, etc., etc. Another little disconcerting story coming from Zakynthos at the moment is the Hermes News Group is reporting that thefts and burglaries in houses have restarted after a period of relative calm on the island. And the paper is also urging the police to be more proactive during the festive period in order to prevent the phenomenon, which has been a big concern to residents here. Last night, it seems that unknown perpetrators entered a villa in Gerika. They also removed and found values that were in the house. According to information from Hermes, the perpetrators used a kitchen door where they broke in while the owners were away. They went inside the house and did it from top to bottom, looking for money and jewelry. So they basically ransacked the house trying to find stuff. Anyway, the perpetrators broke the door with a crowbar, entered the house. They took with them all the jewels and valuables that they could find. And obviously the police are investigating. So once again, if you're leaving your property empty, make sure you've got people keeping an eye out for you. Make sure you've properly locked your place up as well. and make sure that your security is top. There are people out there, and don't forget, people will come in from the island in gangs, and they will just go and basically pillage loads of places before disappearing away again. So hopefully the police will catch these characters, and I wouldn't be too surprised the police already know who they are half the time. Also, another little interesting story with Zakynthos. Work began on the restoration of the military bridge. Yes, the old military bridge in Zante town that links the Argasi Road with the Zakynthos Road. Anyway, the Ministry of Defence began work on that bridge. There were delays, you might remember, because of the bad weather that was coming along. The bridge is now going to be closed for the next 3 days until the repairs are completed. It seems that the upper deck was coming away. And the reason for that was because of continual use. You got to remember that these bridges that they put up are just really a short-term stopgap measure. And this bridge has been used for 3 years on the trot. And it was starting to show signs of wear and tear. But anyway, I think it's the army that's coming to actually relay the top level of that bridge. And the budget for that, believe it or not, I was quite surprised. It's 9,920 euros. It's what it's costing them to resurface all of that bridge. And that has been paid for from money from the port fund, close to the location of the port, where the bridge also serves as well for people coming in and out off the ferries. Yeah, I'm glad to see that that little bridge is going to be back in operation. And finally, no news at the moment after the missing monk I spoke about yesterday from Mount Athos, the 58-year-old who went out on a boat looking to go fishing. There has still been no news as to his whereabouts. The Coast Guard and also the police were out again yesterday searching and trying to locate the missing monk. You might remember he'd gone fishing on Monday. They didn't alert the authorities until Wednesday. They were out looking for him yesterday, and also they're continuing their search at the moment. So once again, we will wait and see if the man is found for Christmas. So anyway, that's it with the news from here. Can I just say Merry Christmas from Jane and I. There will be no broadcast tomorrow. Might do a quick broadcast on Boxing Day. We'll see how things go. I'll keep an eye on the actual stats and that with the island, with the infection rates, and just keep a general eye on what's happening for those people who've got an interest. Can I just say a quick hello to Ginge Coldwell, who's looking in at the moment. Just want to quickly check, did you get the 2 cards that I posted for you and Michael? Just thought I'd ask you. I'll probably give you a ring in a minute as well after this broadcast. Can I also say a quick hello to Sean Webb? He says, can you say hello to me, Julie? Hello, Julie. That's from Sean Webb. Also as well, can I just say a quick reminder, don't forget that tonight that I have my Dance Anthems Christmas special show on Beats Radio. I can honestly say that this show, I think, is going to be absolutely awesome. I'm hoping you're going to enjoy it. That show goes out tonight on Beats Radio at 7 o'clock tonight up until 9 o'clock. So you can listen to that before you go out, all right, wherever you are. I'll definitely going to be listening into it and then going out tonight. I should be in the chat room saying hello. If I'm not in the chat room, it's because I've been dragged out, all right? But I'm hoping that I'll be there, just keeping an eye on what's happening. I've also got to say a quick hello to Mr. Iggy from Beats Radio as well. It seems that Sam and him are talking. Sam Curtis says, morning, DJ Ginge. Mild here in Brighton and sunny, heavy rains later. Well, we haven't had any forecast of rain here. Just on my way to my friend's wedding, can I just say a big shout out to the bride and groom? I can't remember your names. I think Emma and somebody, I can't remember. But anyway, you have a great day and enjoy your wedding. It's nice getting married on Christmas Eve, isn't it? It makes Christmas even more special. Have we got anybody else yet? Jan over there in Zakynthos. Also, Lisa Jane Baker, she's tuned in as well. Mick Ling, Stuart Popple, Catherine Ling as well, Sam Curtis. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Can I just wish you once again a very, very happy Christmas. I hope you have a good, safe time over this period. We'll see what's going to happen with New Year. People are still in a little bit of a mystery about the UK in New Year. At least Greece has cleared up what they're going to be doing for New Year. But however, from the 3rd of January, we'll wait and see what other restrictions are going to come in place. But happy. I don't know. It's a funny time of year. I'm so pleased that we've managed to make it here. Got to say a quick shout out to Simon and Yolanda, my brother and my sister-in-law. We'll be down hopefully to see you on the 28th, all being well. Depends what madness descends. There is talk of rail strikes and disruption to public transport. But anyway, we'll see what Boris has got in mind for the new year. But anyway, we should be down to see you. And also big shout out to my mum as well. Hopefully you're going to have a fantastic time. Still got to speak to Simon and find out whether you're going to definitely be doing time round at his house for Christmas and Christmas Day with Yolanda and Simon and some of the family. And hope you have a good time as well. Right, that's it from me. I will be back on air at some other point. And don't forget, on Christmas Day, tomorrow, I've got my 70s, 80s show on Beats Radio. It's only an hour. I think that's about at 3 o'clock till 4 o'clock, if I remember off the top of my head. And then don't forget, on Boxing Day, I then also have my Northern Soul show as well. So again, pretty busy time for me on the radio over the Christmas period. But don't forget, tune in for beatsradio.co.uk, all your Christmas fun and enjoyment with music that you want to hear. Anyway, that's it from me. You have a good time. Don't get too drunk. Don't get too silly now. But just enjoy yourselves. And I'll speak to you again soon. Ta-ra.